Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Bill Dreffel, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, Patty Wolin, Ben and Noel Bruning, and Greg Gorley. B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has Skull Rock. You can see the waterfalls pouring into the lagoon. In the background, you can see palm trees and rocks, and if you look closely, a red and black striped trash can. On the back it reads, Pirates Cove, Skull Rock at Pirates Cove, in a lush tropical setting where guests may enjoy a relaxing moment as they visit Fantasyland in Disneyland. It's postmarked March 2nd, 1963, with an Anaheim March Red Cross month cancel, and a 5-cent blue Monroe postage stamp, Scott number 1038. I assume they visit the park on Saturday, February 2nd, 1963, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The weather was a high of 78 and a low of 57. Park attendance that day was 10,703. It's addressed to a Mr. Barry Armitage of Burlington, Ontario, Canada. It reads, Saturday, February 2nd, Royal Palms Motel, 503 West Vermont, Apartment D, Anaheim, Los Angeles. Dear Barry, had a lovely time on the Beverly Hills tour, saw Sunset Boulevard, Sunset Strip, Hollywood and Vine Streets, among others. Saw lots of stars' homes and famous places, Brown Derby, Coconut Grove, and the place where Lawrence Welk plays. Had a 20-minute stay at Santa Monica, just lovely there, with the Pacific Ocean, sands, and palm trees line the streets. This Saturday, Dad isn't working, so we're going around Disneyland. 76 acres, all told. Hope you are getting our cards. Okay, love, Mum. Before we get started with the Disneyland history, I looked up the address included in the writing of this postcard. The Royal Palm Motel is still standing, although it is now named the Anaheim Tropic Motel. It does have a view of the backside of fireworks and is a mile walk to the park. After the major e-ticket expansion of 1959, Imagineers were able to focus on other parts of the park. At the same time, Walt was busy producing the 1960 Olympics, so there was no large 5-year celebration for the park, but some small changes and additions that were able to be accomplished. Skull Rock was one of the additions to the Fantasyland landscape in 1960. It was completed sometime in December of 1960. It was located next to the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship, and was completed around December of 1960. Originally, when the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship first opened, it stood alone next to the Casey Jr. train, and after 1956, Monstro and the Storybook Land canal boats. The Skull Rock area was made to add more theming and more seating for the restaurant. Guests could walk under the 30-foot tall structure and see the backside of water in Fantasyland. Waterfalls poured out of the mouth of the skull, as well as next to it into the lagoon. At night, the eyes of Skull Rock were lit with green lights for an ominous glow. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to EnfieldPost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and EnfieldPost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship. You can see the mermaid figurehead on the bow and a cast member standing on the deck. To the right of the ship is the Skull Rock waterfall. And if you look closely at the back, you can see another red and black striped trash can. On the back it reads, Pirate Ship. Guests in Fantasyland enjoy visiting aboard the pirate ship as it lays anchor in the cove at Skull Rock, a picturesque setting from the story of Peter Pan. It's postmarked September 13th, 1967, with a San Diego Help Conquer Cystic Fibrosis cancel, and a 5-cent gray George Washington postage stamp, Scott number 1213. I assume they visited the park on Saturday, September 9th, 1967, when park hours were from 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. The weather was a high of 89 and a low of 60. It's addressed to Mr. and Mrs. John Kornmesser of Security, Colorado. It reads, Dear Beth, John, and boys, we picked this up at Disneyland last Saturday, so I thought I would drop you a line. We sure had a ball. Jan and Dale and the kids were here all week. The weather has been hot but nice. We were supposed to have a hurricane, but they canceled that. We are both fine, working hard. School started here Monday. When did it start there? I've been trying to get some house cleaning done. Didn't get much done last week. We sure did have fun at Disneyland. It's really quite a place. Have run out of room, so I'll sign off. Love, Dick and Alice. While looking through photos of Skull Rock and the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship, I noticed that the mermaid on the bow of the ship was removed in 1969 when the Chicken of the Sea sponsorship ended. The mermaid, whose name is Catalina, is an original mascot of the company. On the front of this postcard, you can see the blonde mermaid pointing up with her wand. With the ending of the sponsorship, the ship's name was changed from the Chicken of the Sea pirate ship to Captain Hook's Galley. The new name was painted on, the figurehead on the bow was removed, but the mermaid on the stern remained. This was also designed to look like Catalina. The figure was altered to have a different look, and her hair color was changed from blonde to red. The restaurant and Skull Rock were removed in 1982 for New Fantasyland. There was a plan to move them to a new location near Small World, but the ship was in such bad disrepair it could not be saved. The base of Skull Rock is still at the park and part of the Dumbo queue. Another Skull Rock was added to the Disneyland Hotel when the hotel pools were Peter Pan themed. There is also a Skull Rock at Disneyland Paris. My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming greeting card has Snoopy sleeping in a wreath filled with Woodstock and his friends and a handful of red and white lights. On either side of the wreath, there are two letters spelling out joy with the wreath as the O. Watermarked in the back is a series of Peanuts comic strips with Sally, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy and wreaths. It's postmarked December 15th, 2025, with a Los Angeles Happy Holidays with the Snowy Christmas Tree pictorial cancel and a Snow Globe Christmas Tree Forever postage stamp, Scott number 5819. It reads, I hope it finds you and fills your heart this Christmas. Wishing you a happy holiday season that makes you want to Peanuts dance to Vince Guaraldi Trio into the new year. Love, Jamie and Kevin. Thank you so much for the greeting card, Jamie. The postmark ended up on the wrong side and just 1/4 of an inch from lining up with the USPS printed tree with the tree on the comic strip printed on the envelope close. It would have been perfect as both trees are the same size. I just sent my holiday postcards out yesterday. Hopefully most everyone will get them by December 25th, if not a few days later. I had some fun making them, but we'll try a different printer next time, as they are a little flimsy, but we'll see how they handle in the USPS auto sorter and general wear and tear. I'm looking forward to next week and doing a recap episode with my Christmas haul and maybe a year in review. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at sentfromdisneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.